Hello, fellow traders. Nutty Bar Trading coming to you on a Monday. It is April 29th, and this is an update video once again. We've been away for a week. If you weren't aware, I was in Jamaica on a mission trip for all of last week. I did do some trading. I actually had a really good week of trading down there, and maybe I should have stayed there because today we came back with a bang, and it wasn't the bang that I was looking for. And let's go over my trading for the day. I also have kind of an update on kind of what my plan is going forward, kind of with my trading. And I'm gonna try something a little different. I guess we'll see how it goes, but stay tuned for that. I do want to go over that a little bit. But today's streaming, I think we took 1 or 2 trades on stream. I'm not even sure. But we were up like $300 on the one account. And basically, was great on the one account. And then I switched to the other account to trade that one. And I actually had to end stream. I had to make a run. Pick something up for the business. Anyway, we came back from that and I went to mow the lawn. I placed a trade, and let me just try to explain to you what happened. It was pretty brutal, and I just, it's been a while since I've done this, I guess, or it feels like it's been a while. Maybe it hasn't, but I just had a sequence of events and a sequence of trades that were just terrible. And I was on tilt. I kind of went on tilt and ended up blowing the account. And I'm still a little bit trying to process it. That's part of the reason that my update video is at 8 o'clock at night instead of the normal 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I try to have these videos out by 5, 6 o'clock in the evening. And, man, I was just kind of reeling. And I was trying to process what I did and what I can do to prevent it. Anyway, I was just kind of trying to process what happened and so on. Usually it doesn't bother me that much. But this one really did. It frustrated me. I was pretty frustrated with myself. Just because this was an account that had $4,400 of drawdown left. Like, I had a really nice cushion on the account, and there's just no reason there was just zero reason for me to blow that account today. There's no excuses. Just a bad trade and an unwillingness to accept a loss. That is what it really boils down to. But I'm going to try and explain it really quickly. Basically, here we had, higher lows, and I was waiting for a pullback. We finally got a pullback here, and I entered on this candle right here. We were a little bit in profit. My profit target was at the 930s, and of course, we start pulling back. And my stop loss was somewhere around, I think it was like the 887s. Something like that. And as we got closer to hitting that stop loss, something in me, I just wasn't willing to accept that loss. And I moved my stop loss. And instead of, not only did I move my stop loss, but I also made it even worse by adding to my loser. Which we all know, every now and then you can add to a loser, and it works until it doesn't. And adding to a loser is playing with fire, and eventually you will get burned. And that's what happened. Basically, added to my loser, continued to rip lower, and to make matters even worse, this is what just really frustrated me today. I added to my loser again on this support right here. And I actually took some profit when we had this nice bounce. And then we started, hovering around here. And I thought, okay, we're going to test the highs again. And I was in with 2 contracts still, and I added another contract. So I was in with 3 contracts, and then we had this big rip lower, and that is what ended up costing me the account. Just not smart. It was a combination, even a little bit of, it was a combination of not accepting a loss and a combination of greed, because I really felt like, I was kind of patting myself on the back when I added to my loser here, and then we had that really nice bounce. And I was a little bit too cocky and overconfident. And I thought, oh yeah, we're going to make a move. We're going to go test the highs. I was going to take profit at the 910s for, about a $500-$600 profit. And of course, we just rolled over and completely, that's the end of the story for that account. So it was disappointing, and it's taken me a while to process it and accept it. But it is what it is. It happened, and nothing's going to change that. So we got to move on. But that is what this account right here, you can see here, that is what that account is. So this was one of the accounts where we had $4,400 in profit. That account is now gone into the ether and never to be seen again. Now, the other 2 accounts, which is these 2 accounts, we did have a good day. We had $300 profit on one of them and a $600 profit on the other one. So we have a really nice cushion on those 2. And as you can see, I did activate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I activated 5 of my past evals. I still have 7 more. I have 12 total. I had 12 total past evals, and I activated 5 of them. And here's where I want to do a little bit of an update and just update you guys on what my plan is going forward with my trading. We are pivoting a little bit from what we have been doing. So basically, starting the new year, I kind of changed my mindset with just trading one account at a time, getting to a payout, getting to that payout threshold or profit threshold of 2,600, taking out the full 2,000, paying myself. Like, my main goal starting the new year was to pay myself and get to net positive with trading prop firms. I've put a lot of money into trading prop firms, and it was time to take some money out. And we have done that. I am now net positive from trading prop firms by it's over 15,000 that I'm actually in the net positive with trading prop firms right now, which is great. I'm very happy about that. So now that we've done that, ultimately, so I feel like I need to share kind of what my ultimate goal is for my trading so that you understand my reasoning to doing this. My ultimate goal is to build up to maybe 20 accounts in the future. It doesn't have to be right now, but to have 20 accounts and to be copy trading all of them and taking, $100, $200 profitable days and being consistent and consistently growing those accounts week to week, month to month, and not to be on the eval and PA hamster wheel is what I call it, which, basically the PA eval hamster wheel is you pass evals and then you get the PAs to the payout, you pay yourself, and then you're left with no drawdown almost, and then you blow the account and then you start all over again. I'm not opposed to it. That is basically what I've been doing the past 4 months, and I have been able to get really nice payouts from it in that manner. But it is also, your costs do add up over time. And not only that, but it doesn't really feel like you're being consistent because you really aren't. I mean, your payouts are consistent, but you are cycling through a lot of accounts to get to those payouts. And ultimately, I like to keep the accounts longer, for a longer period of time, and be more consistent with trading those accounts. Now, that's a challenge, and I'm not saying that I'm there yet, but I feel like if I don't try to take steps to get there, I'm never going to get there. So this is, for me, part of my journey and part of my process to trade more accounts at a time. Because one thing that I've realized is having 15 accounts and only trading them one at a time, that is a lot of trading in one day. And you start to kind of have to generate entries just out of thin air almost, because there's not enough trades in a day to trade 15 accounts if you're trading them one at a time. So my goal is to be a little more picky with my entries and, taking 1 to 2 trades and then copy trading them across my 7 accounts. So we're going to start with 7 accounts. We're going to start with that. We're going to see what happens. And, the worst thing that can happen is we blow. Obviously I have 2 accounts that I need to trade 2 more days. So these 2 accounts, I need to trade 2 more days, then we can take a payout. So those 2 accounts, pretty confident, knock on wood, that we can get a payout on these 2 accounts on this coming payout window. But then obviously the goal, once we take that payout, we just continue to trade all 7 accounts. We copy trade all 7 of them, and we try to just be consistent and get all 7 of these accounts across the payout threshold. And we are going to try and I'm going to try and build a little bit of a buffer before I request a payout. Again, my goal is to keep these accounts longer and to keep them for longer periods of time. That's the goal. So that's what we're going to try for. We're going to see how it goes. Worst case scenario, we lose the accounts and maybe we go back to doing the way we were. If this just doesn't work, then we can fall back and we can, trade 1 account at a time again. I'm not opposed to it, but I do see the benefits of trading or using that copy trading feature. So that's the goal. That's what we're going to do starting tomorrow. We're going to see how it goes. So tune in, should be fun, should be interesting. And hopefully we start off on the right foot. But again, we'll just see how it goes. This is, for me, part of my journey and part of my I look at it as a process where I have to challenge myself. If I want to get to here, then I have to continue to push toward that, or I'm just going to stay here in the hamster wheel of evals and PA accounts and just continue doing that. And I'm not it's not that I'm opposed to it if that is the only way that I can make withdrawals, but I prefer that is not, to me, that is not what feels like successful trading, if that makes sense. Anyway, I'm rambling. This is 13-minute video already. I apologize, but I wanted to give that update, and hopefully you guys are on board. If you're not, that's okay. But this is what we're doing. So we'll start tomorrow morning and hope for the best. Thanks everyone for watching. I appreciate it. Also, did want to mention Apex, the 80% sale is ending tomorrow at 5. So I guess if you wanted to take advantage of that 80% sale, do it before tomorrow at midnight. At midnight, the sale ends, but the 1-day pass, I think, ends at 5. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think that's how it is. So actually, here's my TradeZella. You can see the carnage. This was the carnage right here. And it was ugly. I'm going to try and forget about that and moving on. So anyway, thanks guys listening to my TED Talk, and we shall catch you guys tomorrow. Have a great rest of your evening, and God bless.